All right, everybody. It's April 2030, and the San Jose Sharks are about to head back into the playoffs. So here's what I did the previous offseason. I traded Kevin LeBanc, like I said I was going to do. I blaze walked. I signed Jesper Bratt to whatever it is he wanted, $2.5 million, whatever, and then I traded him. So LeBanc is in Edmonton right now, a divisional rival, which is not ideal, but they gave me the best offer. And Brad, I don't remember where Brad is. Spelled with two T's. Yeah, he's with Calgary. Again, a divisional rival, but whatever. You do what you can do. Apart from that, our roster is pretty familiar. I did sign one guy in free agency with the money that I saved on LeBanc. My reign of terror of poaching people from the Devils continues. I got Mercer, who's primarily a right winger, but he's been playing at center this season. My lines have been a bit mixed up. I say mixed up. They're different compared to what they were last season. I've got Graham on the first line playing with Hischier and Michkov. I got to keep Meyer and Weisblatt together. Meyer and Weisblatt are being centered by Dawson Mercer. Then I have Olesen, Eklund, and Lysell. And then my fourth line is Burnson, Sillinger, and Fleming. Burnson and Fleming are playing their first NHL season, and Sillinger was with us when we won the Cup. Burnson and Fleming are sort of young-ish players. I think they're like 25 or so. That's not Burnson. Burnson is 23. Fleming is okay. They're both 23. They're not players that are ideal in the NHL, I don't think, but they're on the fourth line. They both have some attributes that are good, and they're cheap. Realistically, is what it is. I think we started the season very, very close to the cap, and the defense is the same as it was last season. It's held up pretty okay. They're not very good at defending, but they're pretty good at generating offense. We had one of the best power plays in the league as well. And for our goalies, Litvinov had a fantastic season, 924, and we were 34-4 when he was in net. Nedeljkovic was sort of so-so. He had a decent start. He got hurt, and he struggled after coming back from injury. He ended with a 912, which is fine, but we've seen him do better than that. The standings, actually, this was our best season so far. We had 114 points, first in the West, and second in the league, only behind the Buffalo Sabres. So we're going into the playoffs facing the 8 seed Dallas Stars, who I don't believe we've played in the playoffs before. So looking at their roster, they have Draisaitl on their first line with Mantha to his right and Robertson to his left. They've got Domi. Okay, this Matthias Sarr guy who I don't recognize, but he has very good attributes. Martin Kaut, Tyler Toffoli, Savoie, and then some other people. They've got a Meyer as well, but he's not from Switzerland. He's from America. They've got Brodin, Pietrangelo, Brady Shea, Harley, Cook, and Shagerberg. How old is Pietrangelo now? He's 40. Okay, his physical stats are not very good, but he's still a very useful player for them on their first pair. And they've got him paired with Jonas Brodin, who's also quite old. It's a pretty old team, just in general, I would say. How old is Draisaitl at this point? 34. It's not that old, but Robertson must be still, 30. Toffoli is 37. Savoie's got to be young still. Sarr is 24. Max Domi has got to be up there. Yeah, he's 35. Mantha's 35. And in net, they've got UC Saros, who's 34 now, but he had a 921, which is, if I remember right, it's slightly below what Litvinov got. I've got this guy Dioman, who I don't recognize, who looks like he's just sort of a guy filling a spot. He had a winning record, but an 874 save percentage. So I think we have more flexibility in net. We have a much younger team overall. And Dallas, obviously, 96 points, which is basically the threshold for scraping into the playoffs. But I assume if they had a better backup goalie, then their record would have been better. Okay, so I'm going to double check my lineup. Yeah, we're starting Litvinov because he had the much better season this year. Seems to go back and forth. They don't generally both have 920 save percentage caliber seasons at the same time, but I can usually count on at least one of them getting it done for me. And then the other one usually doesn't have a terrible year. They're usually okay, but just not up to the standards of what the other guy happens to be doing at the time. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, and it seems to alternate year per year. Like last year, Nedeljkovic was clearly the better of the two. This year, it's Litvinov that's doing well for us. Last year, we didn't watch the playoffs until we were on the verge of being swept. This year, I'm taking nothing for granted, considering that we didn't even win a single game in the playoffs last year. So we are going to watch at least the highlights for every game. Hopefully, we can just beat the Stars, sweep them maybe. And I think this team has what it takes to go all the way. I wasn't paying attention. He scored the goal. Dawson Mercer gets his first playoff goal for the San Jose Sharks. And we're looking for more. And it is Jay Fleming all alone in front. The fourth line was surprisingly productive during our cup run. I think we need to be able to roll all four lines to go far in the playoffs. And that's a good sign early on that Jay Fleming got the goal. Okay, and Graham goes to the box, which is... I mean, we expect at least every couple games Graham is going to take at least one penalty. And I take it this is going to lead to Dallas Stars goal. Robertson, Draisaitl, and Mantha is a pretty powerful power play unit, and Thomas Harley gets the goal, and the lead has been cut in half. Our penalty kill was kind of league average. Our power play was very, very good. Our penalty kill was fine, but not great. I mean, the best penalty killer, if you have a good penalty kill, is always going to be your goalie, and our goalies are great. But our defense does struggle at defending. Big long lead pass, and Saar is all alone, and the game is tied. Okay, we got it. We got a game here. We haven't won a playoff game since winning the cup. Here comes... Ooh, Michkov floats it in from the goal line, and he gives the Sharks the lead. Okay. And it's 3-2 going into the third period. Stars have a power play. We kill it off. But here they come up the ice. It's Matthew Savoie, and he's hooked up by Eklund. And the Stars will go to the power play again. Trailing by 1 in the third period. I think we've taken 3 penalties. We've taken 4 penalties. They've already got a power play goal. They're looking to add a second one. And it's going to be Kaut to Saar, or Saar to Kaut. And Kaut gets his first of the series. They have not taken a penalty yet in this game. Five minutes to go. We've got a tie game. It would really suck to lose game 1 on home ice. We had like 18 more points than they did. But we've upset teams that were much better regular season teams than we were. There's Weisblatt set up by Meyer. Stopped by UC Saros. And with a good goaltender, you can almost always win a playoff series. No penalty there. Looked like Harley did something to Olofsson to slow him up. They're just dots, so I can't tell what actually happened there. But something occurred, but it was not penalized. Stars win the faceoff cleanly. Robertson across, and Merkley wins the race to the puck, throws it up ice for John Graham. Edvinsson from the point. Down low is Graham. 20 seconds to play. Stars steal it, and the Sharks get it back. Draisaitl up for... It's really confusing that they have a number 29, but Draisaitl is not number 29. That's going to be difficult to follow. So the Stars have Saros now, and Nashville is rolling Askarov. And is it Askarov or is it Askarov? Who knows? But the Predators are good, so that means Askarov must be really good. Mantha to Domi. Domi puts it into the zone. 4 minutes remain in the first overtime. Nice play by Michkov to get it in. Back of the net. It's picked up by the Stars. They can't clear. Who's number 13? 13 is Hischier. I'm still not used to that, having Nico Hischier. Michkov to Graham. Hischier in the middle. A big stop by Saros. Scramble in front. Graham and Michkov each get a chance. And the Stars finally clear the zone, but it's picked back up by Weisblatt. Hang on, hold up. Weisblatt is 40. Okay, I didn't realize this. Mercer took Weisblatt's number 19, and now Weisblatt is 45. Okay, I've been watching the number 19 dot be Weisblatt this whole time. That's going to take a while to get used to. Meyer hits the side of the net. It's stolen away. Weisblatt with a chance in front, and Meyer buries the rebound. We had 2 games in the Stanley Cup Finals that went to overtime, and Timo Meyer scored the overtime winner in both of them. And now, yeah, this is 3. I don't remember whether we had an overtime in the Oilers series. It may our last 3 overtime winners have come from Timo Meyer. That much is true. And we win game 1. Is everybody healthy? Fleming is like soft hurt, stub finger. You're fine. And the Sharks pull it out, up 2-0 and up 3-2. It took overtime, but doesn't matter how you win it. And actually, out of curiosity, I mentioned it a second. Oh, Askarov got hurt. He's only day to day, but those are insane attributes. 931 in the regular season. That guy's good too. Wow. Okay, the Predators are going to be tough if we have to face them. But right now, by the way, Boston, I just saw they won 6-1. Boston was insane in the regular season. Like at one point, they were scoring 4 goals a game. I checked the goals for stats. Yeah, we were up there. At one point, Boston was scoring like 4.2 goals a game. They got it down to 3.8, but their offense is nutty. Okay, Sunday, April 15th, 2023. We're on home ice looking to take a 2-0 series lead against the Dallas Stars. We are starting Litvinov again. We're going to be facing Saros again. Saros or Saros? Saros, because he's Finnish. Okay, I was looking away. The fourth line gets another goal. Berntsen makes it 1-0 San Jose. Again, like I said, it's very important that our fourth line gets involved. And they've got 2 goals in 2 games. I need to find my charger. Oh, we got a goal. It's John Graham. By the way, I found out, I forgot if I said this, but I found out recently that John Graham is not a real person. Like, he doesn't exist in reality, which is a bit disappointing, because, like, Delandria puts it in from a bad angle. Because, like, I became a real-life Alexander Holtz fan because of EHM. And sort of the same thing with Oscar Olesen. But John Graham is just not a real person. I can't become a John Graham fan in real life. Very sad. Okay, so 2-1 up late in the second period. We got a power play. I think that's the first penalty they've taken in the entire season. It's the second one. Okay, 2-1 up. Would be nice to hold this lead to the third period. Who took a penalty? Like, taking a penalty is one thing, but taking a penalty when you're a goal up in the third period of a playoff game. Okay, so we're going to win this one because the clock went past 2 minutes. Meyer scores, and it's 3-1, and we're going to get another one after this. Yeah, the net is not empty. Graham scores with a goalie in net, and he makes it 4-1 Sharks. And we're going to be going into Dallas with a 2-0 series lead. Good stuff. The Sharks are trying to show that last year was just an aberration. Aberration? Is that the year I'm looking? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't think it is. I think anomaly is what I mean to say. What is aberration? It means like a mirage, right? Which I guess is entirely incorrect. Aberration. Oh, a departure from what is normal, usual, or unexpected, typically an unwelcome one. So I did use it correctly. Okay, anyways, we're playing game 3 in, what's it called? American Airlines Arena. American Airlines Center. in Dallas, Texas. And the green team starts up with it. Domi drops it back, Brodin to the middle, and Kaut just floats it in. It's Kaut, right? That's how you say that name? It's not Kaut or Koot. It's Kaut, I think. Okay, here's a lead pass. Who's 78 is Fleming. Fleming brings it around the back of the net. Everyone was changing, and Fleming just took it himself. Fourth line is still running at a goal per game, which if they can keep that up, that's fantastic. Halfway through the game, and we're tied 1-1. Sharks steal it. They're going to have to get it out quickly. Oh, a lead pass. Edvinsson to Bernston. And the fourth line strikes again. Salim Bernston. That's definitely not a real person, I don't think. And the Sharks have the lead. Okay, so we're once again going into the third with a 1-goal lead. And the Teal team starts up with it. It's Olesen getting around Harley, setting up Lysell, and it's 3-1. Lysell this year managed to graduate with the departure of Kevin Labanc. He graduated from the fourth line to the third line finally. With John Graham is in the box again. And Mantha floats it in, and he goes top shelf. And it's 3-2. Okay. So we're going to win by either 1 or 2 because it stopped at 2 minutes. We know that much. Michkov takes it up the middle for Hischier. Grabbed by Domi. Sharks pick it up, and a pass for Michkov. It looks like he was tied up. Graham gets another chance. It's good that we're pressing with the lead late. They had to put their goalie back in the net because they couldn't get set up in the offensive zone. Saros leaves for the bench again. Domi rings it around the boards. Picked up by Meyer, who passes it. He gets it back. And the Sharks have a 4-2 lead, and with 35 seconds left, it is likely that we're going to go to Game 4, leading the series 3-0. This is good. Okay, puck goes out of play. 28 seconds to go. Really don't like the fact that Draisaitl is number 22. Is 29 even Domi's normal number? I don't think 29 is Domi's normal number. Okay. All right, we won it. We won Game 3, and we're going to have a chance to sweep. If everybody's healthy. Weisblatt. No. All right, we got to mix up the lines then. Okay, here's what we're going to do. He wasn't on any special teams, so that'll make it relatively easy to... Okay, we're going to bring in Christopoulos. Fleming is going to go up to the third line. Christopoulos is going to go here. Okay, so that's our lineup for... That's going to be our lineup for Game 4, which is worse than the lineup we had for Game 3 because Weisblatt is a very valuable member of our team. But we are 3-0 up, and I mean, if other series go 7, then there's a chance we could have him back in time for the first game of the next round. Although I'm not exactly sure how the scheduling works. But he's out 10 days. We should have him back at some point in the next series in the event that we do indeed go on to win this series against Dallas. So 2 of the East series went to 2-1, and 2 of the other ones now have resulted in a 3-0 lead for one team. Nedeljkovic requested to leave. Okay, if it makes you happy, I'll grant your trade request, but I can't trade you anyways, so that doesn't matter. I understand that you're unhappy being the backup, but you had a worse season than Litvinov this year. And today is our game day? It is. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so with a chance to sweep the Dallas Stars, the Sharks are going back into Dallas. So, pass up ice, and Lysell puts it in from a sharp angle, and he reacts positively to being promoted to the top 6. That really was not a pretty angle that he scored that from. The green team breaks it up the ice. It's Toffoli. Nearly gets picked off by Hischier. Gets it over to Bokarov, and he sends it back to Toffoli. And the Stars tie the game. Power play? Nothing. And we'll go to the second tied. Power play? Again, nothing, but Robertson gets to break right in. Very questionable defending on that play. The puck is still loose, and Robertson puts it in. Jason Roberts. Is it Jason Robertson? It's Jason Robertson. He's got a brother, obviously. His brother is called Nick, and he's with the Leafs. At least in real life, he's with the Leafs. I don't know where he is in the save. Meyer with a chance, and he puts it through Saros, and the game is tied. So it's Jason Robertson that's on the Stars, and it's Nick Robertson who's on the Leafs. I can remember that. Here comes Mantha. Mantha is a hero for me in my online EHM league. So I'm the Devils in that league. I've got Hischier and Olesen on the first line. And Hischier was really he was good, but his numbers really started to improve when I traded for Mantha and played him on the first line. Anyway, that's not important, but it's just Mantha was really good for me in that league. He rejuvenated my offense when I traded for him. Okay, so we're 3-2 down. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, Mantha scored the goal. That's right. That's why I was talking about him. And Matthew Meyer, fake Meyer, scores to make it 4-2. And that would have been a really nice power play to score on, and we're going to lose the game. Somebody's going to hit the empty net here for Dallas, and we're going back to San Jose. Chance to win the series at home. Dellandrea scores, I think that's his second of the series. And the Dallas Stars win it 5-2. And we are winless without Weisblad in the lineup. Do I need to switch goalies? Not necessarily, but that is an option. I'll keep Litvinov in for now. But a second not so good game, and we'll go to Mr. I want to trade in April, Nedeljkovic. Okay. So we've got an elimination game. Yeah, Boston is just murdering Florida. Scored 6 goals at least twice now in that series. Yeah, that's astounding. Okay, the Islanders swept. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We don't care about this that much. Buffalo is leading their series against Detroit. Again, Buffalo is the only team that had more points than us in the regular season. I think our game is now. All right, on home ice. Lost 1 game, but that's fine. As long as you don't lose 4, you have no problems. Stars start up with it. Mantha up the right wing. Yeah, these guys are not very good at defending. We can get offense from the defense, but they can't defend. Robertson scores, and it's 1-0 Stars. And someone scored, Draisaitl, and it's 2-0. Mantha gets his second primary assist of the period. I don't know why they didn't show me the full highlights. Stars can't break it out. Stolen by Sillinger along the boards. You know why we lost the last game? I don't think we got a goal from our fourth line. Christopoulos gets his first playoff goal, and the lead has been cut in half. We had a brief power play. It would have been nice to get something going there. Edvinson just steals it from out and scramble in front, and the real deal, Timo Meyer, ties the game. And we're going to this third with the game tied and a chance to advance to the second round of the playoffs for the third time in this save. Power play? Can't get anything going on the power play. Stars pressing with just under 2 minutes to go. Sharks will change. The Meyer, Mercer, and Lysell line comes out. Clean face-off win, and it's stolen away, but Lysell has the puck roll off his stick, but Brady Shea immediately ices it. How good is Mercer at taking face-offs? I didn't check this during the season, but he's bad. He's a bad face-off guy. This is not something I thought about at all during the season for some reason, but I've got Mercer playing center. Okay, I think I know what adjustment I'm going to make after this game. I mean, not that we had any problems, particularly because of Mercer not being able to take faceoffs. I mean, we were the best team in the Western Conference, but Graham is really good at faceoffs, isn't he? And I don't have him playing at center, so I'm not sure why I made that decision. I think at some point I just went on vacation and the coach made my lines whatever he felt like making, and I just didn't fix them because they were working. But I think I'm going to change that after this game, regardless of whether we win it or not, because I think it might just be an improvement. Nico Hischier and Matthew Meyer in the faceoff circle. Clean win by Hischier. Sharks play it around. John Graham centers it. Edvinsson and Michkov with a minute to go gives the Sharks a 3-2 lead. 1 minute away from going to the second round. And the Stars are fighting for their lives. Back against the wall. They put Robertson, Draisaitl, Mantha, Brodin, and Pietrangelo. All their big guns are on the ice. With Saar, Sharks win the draw. Michkov gets his second goal in the span of 7 seconds. And that will just about put an end to this series. Just about. 53 seconds the Stars have to score 2 goals. Yushi Saros returns to the net. Stars get the puck off the faceoff, but give it away. Chance in front and a big stop by Meyer on Fabian Lysell. Robertson gets it, forces it up the ice, but it's turned over to Lambos, who gets it out. And the Sharks are going to win it. In 5 games, the San Jose Sharks defeat the Dallas Stars. And, okay. So we beat the 8th seed as a 1 seed, which is good, but Whitaker hurt. 2 weeks, so he's not going to be back for the next round. Madden Steen, at one point, Merkley was injured for about 2 months, and Merkley is one of our better defensemen. So I brought up this guy, Madden Steen, from the minors. He did not have a good year in the games that he did play, but he has potential. And where is he there? I remember to dress him. Yeah, here he is. So we'll slot Steen there. And the changes that I wanted to make to the forward lines, I mean, I'll alter this more if Weisblatt is able to come back into the lineup that's in the next series. But I want John Graham at center, but Mercer can't play left wing. So I can't just switch those two around because Dawson Mercer needs to be at either right wing or at center. So we put Mercer on a right wing. Lysell can only play the right side. This is where it becomes kind of difficult with so many people who can play right wing and not that many people who can play left wing. Okay, so we'll put, Olesen there. And Fleming has to be on the right side. Eklund can play on the left side, but he's not that good at I'm aware playing center is more than just taking face-off. Okay, so we'll put Eklund there. We'll put Sillinger up to the third line. I guess Christopoulos is coming out of the lineup because he can only play right wing, and we don't have any slots available at right wing. And Connor Geekie is going to play fourth line center. We'll see if that is an improvement. How did Litvinov play in that last game? Yeah, he had a good game, so we're keeping him in for the next round. Which, if we check the playoff tree, who is it going to be? We're playing the Oilers. The Oilers swept us last year. We beat them, our first playoff appearance, we beat them in 7 games. Well, the Predators got swept. Oh, Askarov missed the whole series, and they got swept. Paloma, 9-18 in the regular season, 8-73 in 3 playoff games, and they were swept. That's revenge by the Blackhawks for 2017, when the Blackhawks were the 1 seed and they got swept by the 8 seed Predators. Man, okay. But we're back with a team that's for some reason stronger, and we can beat the Oilers. We can avenge our sweep from last season. Maybe. However, that's all for now. So the next video we're going to take on... So let me first, once this finishes loading, let's check the Oilers roster. So, Yamamoto, we've played them twice before, but we'll see how it's changed. Yamamoto, McDavid, and Grenier. Don't remember how good Grenier is. Okay, that's pretty good. Lindblom, Oscar Lindblom, he's all right. Holloway and Robert Thomas, yes sir. Denisenko, Perfetti. How good is Oh, and they have. I forgot I traded them LeBanc. Damn, he had an all right season for them. But I think he's 34, and I think I remember these stats being higher. So I think he is starting to regress. So then again, he does only have 1 year left on his contract. So it's not a big deal for the Oilers, but they did give me assets for him. But if he's good in this series, then I'll be the one that gets dunked on in the end. How good is Perfetti? Oh, Perfetti's got great attributes. Could be faster. Or not, I mean, 16 is not bad. He could have better physical stats, let's put it that way. On defense, they've got Darnell Nurse, signed to 7.875, which apparently is considered a bargain for that man. Moritz Seider. Damn. Was he always in Edmonton? No, okay, this is his first year with the Oilers. I know that he was drafted by Detroit, but I couldn't remember if he was on the team that beat us last year. Sanheim, Polish name, William Wallinder, and Tyson Barrie, making $6.9 million at age 38. And Caleb Jones is injured. Okay, so those are our opponents for next round. And hopefully we get Weisblatt and Whitaker back soon. Whitaker's out for 2 weeks. Weisblatt is a week. Okay, that's all for now. We're back into the second round of the playoffs. So I'm satisfied. Good stuff.